Hello and welcome. I'm the Theory Detective. In these lessons we'll uncover the mystery of music theory. Now in the last lesson we talked about the C major scale and how it has the major sound. The major sound starts out as two consecutive whole steps. And that gives us a very bright, happy, triumphant major sound. But what about chords? Well, in the case of a chord, we use skips instead of steps. For the major scale, we use steps. Stepping, 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 step, step, step. Whole steps, half step, whole steps, half step. Or whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step to make the major scale. But with chords, we tend to skip. Now there are a lot of different chords out there, and they all follow their different rules. But the majority of chords, especially the basic ones, are in fact built on skips, or the interval of a third. So let's take a look at that. If we're on C right here, and we skip up, we have E. So we're going to skip the D that's on the space in between. So instead of C, D, E, you have C, E. Now again, we're going to do that from E skipping up, and we get G because we're skipping the F in between. So let's do that. E, F, G, E, G. So there's our skip. We're skipping the F. So now we have C, E, G, all together. Now these are neatly stacked one on top of each other. You can do that just like you do with the intervals, like the interval of a third, or the interval of a fourth, or the interval of a fifth. You can do that with whole chords. C and E make a third, but C and G make a fifth. Now putting all three notes together, that gives us our chord. Now we identify chords by the root note. So in this case, the root is at the bottom. In a basic chord, the root would be at the bottom. However, we'll learn much later on that we can change the chords different ways, and then we'll end up with a root someplace else. These are called intervals, but we'll talk about those in a higher level. For now, all the chords will be in what we call root position. That means that the root of the chord is at the very bottom. I'll put a little arrow there. In this case, it's C. So the C is at the bottom, so it becomes a C chord. Now because the C is at the bottom, we're going to go up and find that whole step pattern. C to D is our whole step, and D to E is our whole step. So C to E is a major sound. So this is what we call the C major chord. And there you have it. Now you can have C major chords stacked one on top of each other like this. You can have them way up high. This is their treble C, C, E, G. You can have them in the bass clef, way down low. And of course much lower. I don't have really low notes on this keyboard, but just think lower. This is again C, E, and G. So these are the same notes. The same notes way down here with low C, with bass C, with middle C, and with treble C. Also, you can have the C major chord broken up. This right here is nicely stacked. It looks like blocks stacked one on top of each other. Over here, it's all broken up, individual. So let's play blocked together, and let's play broken. Blocked, broken. So you can see it's the same chord. It's just a different way of writing it or using it within the music. You can also think of this one as melodic or according to the melody, and this one as harmonic according to the harmony. Because this way, multiple different voices would have to sing it in a choir. Because one person can't sing 3 notes all together. So you would have one person sing here, and another there. Or in an orchestra, the same thing. You might have one violin playing this note, another this note, and then maybe the viola play that note. Or a flute might play this note, and an oboe that note. Different notes for each instrument. With a piano can play all 3 together. Or you can play them broken up one at a time, as if a single melody. La, 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 just like that. Now, if you have cards to make flashcards, go ahead and put C chord or C major chord, if you want to distinguish, because this is a major chord. And then go ahead and put the notes out, C, E, G. That way it will help you remember that the C major chord is built up of those 3 notes, C, E, and G. And put it with your practice pile and practice everything as much as you can until they become very easy. And as always, have a great day.